You're literally doing this for the first time after...
No, I did I've done one or two things, but I've just moved back to Bombay with my husband.
Finally.
Finally, yeah. We were in London for a couple of years, and we've decided to move back because we want our child to be around his grandparents, both sides. So yeah, I'm back in Mumbai and I'm back at work.
That is definitely good news for all of us. So that means we get to see you a lot more now.
Yeah, hope so.
All right. So very quickly, sometimes before we receive the big good news or bringing the most precious gift, can we please request the media to settle down? We cannot start like this. Sorry about that.
Not at all.
I'm sure you're used to it. Sometimes before we receive the good news about bringing a child into this world, we have so many questions that run through our mind. What were yours? And how did you address them?
So my husband and I got married right before the pandemic, and we wanted to take 2 years just to enjoy our married life and, just have a good time before we decided to, we wanted to have a child. And I remember it was January of 2020, New Year's. And we were like, okay, I think this is the year that we're going to try and have a child. And obviously, the pandemic happened, and we got scared, and we just decided that we could wait till the pandemic was over. Even though, I don't know if everybody remembers at that time, we didn't know when or how, and it was quite scary, especially the beginning of the pandemic. So it started settling down by the end of the year, but then the second wave happened in India, which was again pretty scary. And so again, we decided to delay it a little bit. We were seeing all sorts of scary things happening to women and to older people and parents and children, etc., with comorbidities. Again, we decided to wait, and then we said, okay, I think it's enough. Let's try, and that's when. But in this time, I was doing a lot of research. I was reading a lot about fertility, about what are the right things to take, how to eat, the kind of lifestyle you need to lead. And I realized that I needed to, more than anything else, I needed to lead a very stress-free lifestyle. And yes, and the supplements and sleeping on time and eating right and all of those things come in, and they play a huge part as well. So I'm very happy that Prega News is taking a more holistic and a full approach to pregnancy.
Right. I love how, as women, we're so accurate about the dates in our lives. No?
Yes.
We just know all the dates that things happen, like you mentioned, the New Year's that we decided. Do you think ovulation tracking is important?
It's very important because contrary to what we were told or we know from that you just can't get pregnant in every day of the month. There are some days where you're more fertile, and and everybody's ovulation. I mean, a doctor will tell you this, but because as moms we know, because we've tried, you try to get pregnant, everybody's ovulation date is different. So it's not the same day for everyone. Like, everybody doesn't have a 30-day cycle or a 28-day cycle. I have a 32-day cycle. Some people have a 28-day cycle. Some people even go up to 35 days. And those 5 days when you're ovulating, before and after the ovulation, are those 5 days when you're the most fertile, and an ovulation tracker is your best friend at that point, because those are the 5 days where you are most likely to get pregnant.
Right.
So I did use an ovulation tracker with an app to get pregnant. There was a app called I don't remember the app right now, but there's a really good app that I had, which I would check my temperature and then pee on a stick to know am I ovulating or not ovulating. So yes, it was my best friend. So I'm so glad that they're coming up with, they have these beautiful ovulation
Yeah.
trackers.
Right. You mentioned about eating healthy, eating right, leading a more holistic life. Tell me, apart from the supplements of the obvious, which is iron, folic acid, what were the other supplements that were important, and how did you include it in your diet and meal plan?
So honestly, I spoke to an amazing doctor called Dr. Gauri, and she's a Tamilian, and she's from India, but she lives in London right now, and she used to be an OBGYN with the NHS in the UK, and she's as Indian as like when you meet her, you think she's like the sweetest old Indian auntie who's giving you the best advice. And but she's a brilliant, brilliant doctor. She was the first one to come up with water births in the UK. But she was a surgeon, and she decided that we should have, like in India, we prefer natural births, but everywhere else in the world they go straight away for a C-section. So she told me that we have to eat the Indian way, which is a full, like we have all these like new things where we're doing like high protein and this and that. She's like, you just have to eat a balanced anti-inflammatory diet, which is basically Indian khana, which is, roti, bhaji, dal. If you're non-vegetarian, then a chicken or a fish and dahi. And I just had a balanced meal, and I was walking, and I was doing a little bit of exercise, and I was taking my supplements. And just being simple and not going crazy on like crazy diets really helped my health, and I had a great pregnancy. And
We saw that.
yeah, I had a great pregnancy. I put on a lot of weight, but I had a great pregnancy, and because I just kept it easy and simple, and I wasn't eating sugar or like the gond ke laddus and all of that your moms give you. I was just eating normal khana.
Right. The most magical moments, and I think if you ask any mother, what are the most magical moment of your life that kind of transforms you is when you see those two pink lines. What was that moment for you
I
like?
think as soon as I delivered my baby, and he was in my arms, I think it was one of the best things that I felt, because you have this like euphoria as well, especially after you deliver. I had a natural birth, mostly drug-free as well. So it was an amazing moment because my husband was next to me, and my doctor was one of my mom's close friends, and I'd grown up with her. And so I just people who I loved were around me, and then my parents were there, and my sister was there, and my in-laws were there, and it was just the best moment of my life. I think it's life-changing, right, when you have a
Right.
child.
You just mentioned that I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this because each one of us sees a different version of ourselves, right? You suddenly start feeling uncomfortable with that same body who has
Yeah.
the ability to nurture and prepare for childbirth. You also had to play your part of being a Bollywood actor. You were part of so
Yeah.
many covers. How was it experience to be part of all of these photo shoots, being constantly shot, but not in your body that your older avatar?
So as soon as I delivered my child, my main focus was taking care of him and then taking care of myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't, oh, I need to lose my weight in like 2 months or 3 months. I've taken 1 whole year to lose all my weight. I did it slowly, I did it steadily, and I made sure that I was present. And a lot of moms go through postnatal depression, and you feel like you're in somebody else's body. Once you deliver, you feel like your stomach is going to go back in, but it's still there. And you feel, oh, my body's going to look the same after I deliver my child. And then you realize your child is only like 3.5 kgs, and all the other weight is just you. And but I didn't go on a crash diet. I didn't do any of those things because I used to be a very big girl when I was younger, and through a lot of hard work, I have realized that you have to love yourself no matter what, no matter the stretch marks, no matter the weight fluctuations, no matter what. As long as you're healthy mentally and physically, that's all that matters. And you will eventually feel like yourself, and nobody should be in any rush to get anywhere. And, the media has a lot of good qualities, and so do a lot of actors. We have a lot of good qualities, but we're also desperate to get back into shape and get back to work. And that puts a bad precedent for mothers who are not in the same profession as us. And I didn't want to set that example.
I'm so glad that you said that.
So I made sure that I was seen
Can
through
we
my
have a
weight.
huge round of applause for that one, guys? If icons such as her start doing that, it really takes off the pressure.
Yeah, and I was like, it doesn't matter. I will be photographed no matter what size I am after my pregnancy. So I did a couple of events, and I didn't shy away from my size. I didn't shy away during my pregnancy when I gained that weight. And I gained that weight because, I don't know, some people gain that weight. I wasn't eating anything extra. So it's just, some people don't gain any weight during
Yeah.
pregnancy. They
I
gain
don't know
like
who
6 or
those
7
women are.
kgs. But some people, my mom gained 25 kgs with each child. So
Okay, I'm going to do a quick check here. Sonam, you mentioned you gained a lot of weight. How much weight did you gain?
36 kgs.
36? Shit, she beat me. How
But
many
I
women
was-
gain? You did not gain 36
I
and
was,
lose it.
I was 58. I was too thin before I got pregnant. I have a tendency to be too thin because it's genetic. So I was very thin. Right now I'm still like around 8-9 kgs more than.
So 36, and you did that.
36.
How many women here gained more than 20 kilos?
Just, almost
Okay.
everyone.
How many more than 30 kilos? Okay, now me. How many, like at the right 12 to 15? Okay, I don't like you guys. Y'all are just very mean people.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, it's
like,
body
I
to-
don't, every time I was just breathing air and I was putting on weight.
Yeah.
Like, I was scared. The person I didn't want to meet was my OBGYN.
I think as long, see, I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't get gestational diabetes. I didn't have preeclampsia. I didn't have any of those things. And I started off, I'm like almost 5'11". I started off very, very thin. So I just became,
Yeah, I
guess.
think the key, guys, is to lose weight before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's good as well. You just have to be healthy. Just be
Yeah, no, but I
comfortable,
think I probably should say this, that no matter how much weight you put on, you will shed it all once the baby is out and you're running, not in the first year, but 2-3 years, you will definitely get rid of that because it's a hard job.
You take time. It takes 1 year to grow a child. Your whole body changes. Your organs have shifted. Your ribs have expanded. Your hips, your pelvic floor is expanded. You'll take at least 2 years to get your body back
Yeah.
to what it used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me, Sonam, for someone who's always known as a style icon, embracing a newer version of you in a different shape, different size, being in a space where you're like, you know what, I don't want to rush into this, even though people look up to me. How has your fashion evolved in this process?
First of all, people make the worst maternity clothes. I just want you to know. I feel like fashion needs to evolve where maternity clothes and bigger girls are concerned. There isn't literally anything that you can find in the market. And so I was just like, I need to find regular clothes that I can wear as a pregnant lady. And I tried to find clothes that would fit me when I was pregnant, which was impossible. But I found some. I bought some maternity jeans, but I just found everything else heinous. It was horrible. They're like so ugly, some of the maternity
You still
clothes.
managed to look really good.
Thanks. Just those 6 pictures that you showed are those pictures that you can see. Those I put on social media. Otherwise, the rest of the time I was in kaftans. I promise you.
Sure, we're going to play a quick rapid fire. You've got to answer these just in about a word. One thing that worried you about being pregnant?
Before I got pregnant or during
Yeah.
my pregnancy?
Before.
You know, like a few of my friends, I was 36 years old when I got pregnant. So it's an advanced age pregnancy. A few of my friends had gotten pregnant also at a similar age who were older than me. And they kept telling me about all these tests that they needed to take to, check the health of the child, of the fetus, etc. And, that anxiety was always there, right? You always have that anxiety every time you go for a checkup or a sonography or something. There's always anxiety. Is my baby okay? Is everything going to be okay? And I sort of started getting that anxiety from before I got pregnant. And
It's about the child.
yeah.
How did tracking your ovulation make you feel? You nervous?
It's stress-free because you're not guessing when you're supposed to have sex,
Yeah.
It sort of takes out the romance for a short period of time, but then you get into it, you make it happen, especially if you love your
I love
husband.
how honest she is. One thing you did to boost your immunity that you would recommend to all moms.
I think folic acid, iron, all the supplements that you see has everything in it, I would suggest, is there omega in it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's nothing that's not there in it.
Right.
So supplementing with a good balanced diet is what you need. And drink lots of water, always.
One thing that came to your mind when you saw the 2 lines on the rapid detection kit.
Well, I was quite excited. I remember it was Christmas. It was on 25th of December, I found out I was pregnant. It was special. And the weird thing was my husband had COVID at that time. So we were sleeping in 2 separate rooms. And, I missed my period. I was like, I'm pregnant. He's like, great. we were literally on FaceTime in the same apartment.
How uncanny is
Yeah,
that,
can you
right? The biggest
imagine?
news of your life, of your marriage, and you want to share it on FaceTime. The one thing that scared you when you went to the doctors, don't tell me it was the weight.
No, that was always I remember Avan used to keep saying what is this, Sonam? I was like, I swear to God, I'm eating exactly what you're telling me to eat. I'm just gaining this weight. I'm not cheating. It wasn't my weight though. That wasn't scary. It was just, I think as a first-time mom, everything just makes you nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
The question you Googled most when you were pregnant.
How much weight are you supposed to put on?
Okay, one health routine you would never skip.
Exercising. I exercised through my pregnancy. And I did Pilates. This is unless the doctor tells you you have to lay flat on your back, you should walk and do Pilates and weight training, and you need to exercise. Be careful of yoga. Unless you know a yoga practitioner who knows maternity yoga, because that can be a little dangerous. And too heavy weights, but just be active.
Right. One pregnancy symptom that you remember the most.
I was nauseous for the first 3 months, but I never threw up. So I never got any relief. So I was just constantly nauseous, which was horrendous. Because I'm nauseous, and you want to throw up, but I couldn't throw up.
Yeah.
That wasn't great.
Right. One word that you would like to erase from your dictionary after motherhood.
One word? No, there isn't really any such word. I
Okay.
can't think of anything right now.
9 months in or 9 months out? The easier phase.
9 months in, guys.
How many people agree? 9 months in. Oh man. Who is better at changing diapers? You or Anand?
Definitely me.
Okay. Who is better at putting the baby to sleep? You or your partner?
Me.
Okay. The first person I called to share the good news, and now I know the answer. It was Anand.
But no matter what, the first thing my child said was Dada. He did not say Mama, no matter what I was doing for that child.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Play,
obsessed with his father, huh?
play dates or girls' night out? The easier ones to plan.
I think they're equally difficult because a lot of my friends are moms now, and we all like to get into bed by 10.
So you cancel in on plans okay guys, I can't come in today. Or you're waiting for girls to cancel plans. Who else waits for their friends to say, nahi hoga?
I just want everybody to know my child has just, after a year, started sleeping through the night, okay? So I had no night plans for I don't know how long.
Okay, last one. Baby monitor or shoot monitors? The one you check more often now.
The baby monitor.
It's going to be a while till you give up on that one.
No, I think the shoot monitor I never checked in the first place because I had an amazing team, who takes care of me. I've had the same team since I joined this film industry.
Lovely.
So, Namrata, who's done my makeup, I don't know if she's here, I don't know where she's gone. I've had literally the same team. So, they make me look fabulous, and so I'm happy.
Incredible. We've had lots of questions coming in when we said that we're going to be doing this chat with you. And I'm going to request Team Kid Stop Press to head out to ask this question. The first one is from Thara Gowda. Thara's from Bangalore. Where are you, Thara?
Oh, nice. Hi. I like these little hooters. Why didn't I get one?
I'll do it for you. Hi Sonam, you look lovely and I'm having sore throat because of the party that I was in last night. However, I have a question for you. What is that one funniest question you had for your gynecologist when you went for your regular checkups, even before you get conceived?
What was like a funny question?
Yes.
You asked your gynac, even before you conceived.
There's this weird thing where people tell you to put your legs up after you've had sex, and they were like, and put
Can we
pillow
have a
under your
huge round
butt.
of applause for Sonam's honesty, guys? Come on, get those hooters
I was
out
just
now.
I was like, is that? She's like, this is the urban myth. That you don't need to put your pillow under your butt. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Well
you,
done.
Sonam. Thank you.
The next one is for Satrupa Sharma. Satrupa, where are you?
Hi. Hi, Sonam.
Hi.
You're looking fabulous, first of all.
Thank you.
I'm Saru, and I'm a mommy of a 7-year-old who's turning 7 tomorrow, by the way.
Oh my God, a Virgo, amazing.
Yes, thank you. So I wanted to ask, like, we moms are always bombarded with, unsolicited advice from someone or the other, our well-wishers. So what was the most unsolicited advice that you got, and how did you respond to it?
There's this thing in our Indian culture where when you give the first bite, you have to do this puja. And the Panditji was like, you need to give this child honey. They tell you to feed the child rice, and you're not supposed to do that for the first year. Like, whatever books that I've read says that in the first year, you cannot give your kid honey because it causes botulism, which is this disease that a child can get because honey has a specific bacteria. And I had this argument with the Panditji. I was like, I'm giving him apple puree, whether you like it or not, as the first bite. So there are some old things that we do in our culture which are not which, like, in what we know, at least what I know, is different. Like, maybe a lot of moms have done it and their children are fine, but I was extra precautious.
Exactly, and you get to hear that phrase, it's like we haven't raised our babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Satrupa. Next question is from Ishna Batra.
Hi Sonam.
Hi.
I'm Ishna Batra. I'm a content creator and a mommy to 2 beautiful children.
Congratulations.
Thank you. One who's turning 9 day after, and one is a 4.5-year-old.
So many Virgo babies, huh?
I know. Yeah.
My son is a cusp, a Virgo Leo cusp. I don't know if that's scary or not.
Oh, lovely. Someone told me that if your baby's a Virgo, you're the luckiest mom because they really love their parents too much.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That is true. I get along with Virgos very well, so it's great. They are amazing people.
Lovely. So getting on to the question, I want to ask you, how did you break the news to your family and friends when you got pregnant?
So on FaceTime,
Oh, wow.
because I called our parents together on. Actually, my in-laws and my parents are really good friends.
Lovely.
So, like I said, it was on Christmas. It was Christmas, and Anand and I were in London, and my in-laws and my parents had gone together on a holiday to Varna,
Oh, wow.
and so they were on holiday together. Which is great, right? When your in-laws and your parents are such good friends that they want to take
Amazing.
holidays together. And so we called one person and we said, can you call, the rest of, I called my mother-in-law and she called my mom and my dad and my father-in-law, and they were all sitting together.
Wow.
When we told them, and the only person who had tears in their eyes was my father.
How
Everybody else was
sweet.
like really excited, and he was the last person I would expect to get like emotional, but he was emotional about it.
How sweet. And I think it went the other way around in my case when I got pregnant for the first time. I was so overwhelmed that I called my father and I started crying.
Oh,
So it was just the
amazing.
opposite. But
I was just
amazing.
excited and happy.
I know. It's just that overwhelming
Yeah.
feels. Yeah. But nice. Thank you so much.
No, thank
Thank
you.
you, Ishna.
thanks.
Can we have the question from Rituka Bisht? Rituka, where are you?
Hello Sonam,
Hi.
hello Mansi.
Hi.
So, my name is Rituka and I am a mommy of two beautiful kids and they are very naughty too.
As they should be.
I know. So, Sonam, during pregnancy we go through, different hormone change and we have a lot of different food cravings. So, I want to ask you, what were your food cravings like and how did you succumb to all of them?
I just wanted roti with ghee on it, like what I used to have when I was young. Like maybe the ghee made me put on weight, I don't know. But I remember that, when I used to go to school or when I was younger, when we used to have a khana, it used to be like just chapati with ghee and then all the vegetables used to come like on a plate. And I was just like, I just want that. My craving was for just ghar ka khana. Like, like roti, like chapati with like ghee and like, it was very like tindora and like gobi aloo and like it was really like I don't know how to explain it. It was very like ghar ka khana. I wanted like maki dal and like turi and all of this stuff. Like it was not fancy at all. I didn't want like caviar or anything. I just wanted like ghar ka khana.
Mine was totally weird. I used to had pickles with peanut butter, and my husband was
That's so
he was
weird.
shocked. He was saying,
That sounds awful.
"Thank you, Sonam. Thank you, Mansi."
Thank you. Can we have the question from Yuvika Abrol?
Yes. Hi, Sonam.
Hi.
You look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hi, Mansi.
Hi.
Sonam, with pregnancy come in a lot of hormonal changes, and a lot of people also realize this as they've been through this. My question is similar to what Saru asked. Um, what was the weirdest pregnancy advice that you got, or the craziest or the funniest pregnancy advice that you got, and from what age group? As Indians we have crazy ideas. Aisa kha lo to bacha waisa hoga, wo piyo to taller, shorter, fairer, darker. So what was the weirdest advice that you thought doesn't work, but you have to go through it, you have to listen to that person because of course they're concerned?
Honestly, you have very high progesterone, like everybody knows, when you get pregnant, and you get a lot of pigmentation. Like I had a lot of pigmentation. I had pigmentation everywhere, and weirdly, even though I'm Indian, I've never had that issue where I had like dark patches, and it was the first time I got it. So I used to get like really weird advice from a lot of people on the creams I should use, and I should do this and I should do that. And you need to be so careful even with what you apply on your body. Like you need to be so, so careful. And fortunately, I signed up with this brand that obviously I can't name here. And I met the lady who had started the brand, and she kind of helped me understand the kind of skincare that I needed to do during my pregnancy.
Lovely. The weirdest pregnancy advice that I got: have coconut water, the child will be fair.
Okay, it's genetic, but
Of course.
Okay, the next question that we have is from Parul Agarwal. Parul, are you here?
Hi Sonam.
Hi.
How are you?
very well. How are you?
Good. You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. So does everybody. Everybody looks great.
So hi, myself Parul Agarwal, and I'm a mommy of two kids. One is 13 years and another one is 8 years. So like as a parent, we get a lot of questions. We get a lot of parenting advice from the people. Some are really good and some are really, baseless. So my question to you is, what is your best parenting advice that you have received?
The best parenting advice
You would want to give.
what I've received,
No, that you would want to give.
what I'd want to give. You know, when you're in an aircraft, when you're taking off, right before you're taking off, they give you a security briefing where they say, put the oxygen on you first and then put it on your child. So the first thing you need to do is take care of yourself so you can be a better mom to take care of your child.
Love it, love it.
So it's important to, eat right, be kind to yourself. You don't have to be like in India, as women, we are, supposed to be, we need to sacrifice. Like that's what we've been told, and we've been conditioned to think in that way. And as a mom, you want to do it, right? Because that child and your husband and everything is just, it's preconditioning, but also that's your instinct as a mother. But to do that, even if you have to, is you need to take care of yourself so you can be the best version of yourself for your child.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parul. And we have the last question from Sonakshi Singh. Sonakshi, are you here?
Hello, I'm Sonakshi. I'm an engineer and a blogger. I want to ask you one question. So, have you ever made a panic 4 a.m. call to your mother, and what was it about?
My mom, so I did the old Indian traditional thing. I went to my parents' house to have my baby.
Okay.
So I was with my parents for the first 6 months, and my husband very sweetly stayed with me the whole time. So I came to my parents' house in the last 2 months of my pregnancy, and I stayed the first 6 months with my parents.
Okay, that's
And I think it was one of the best decisions I made, because the comfort you feel in your mother's house is something that you don't feel in your own home.
That's true.
And my mother is my best friend. I'm quite I don't know how to explain. I'm quite a geek. I think my mother is the coolest person in the world. So, yeah, I call her up. My mother never has a phone on silent,
Okay.
because she
That's
wants to
really
make
good.
sure that her children can always be in touch with her. So I can call her at any time, and I know she will pick up the phone.
Yes, sir. Thank you.